Today I'm going to be sharing with you my high-protein, gluten and dairy-free meatloaf recipe containing over a whopping 100 grams of protein. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, where I share delicious recipes all gluten and dairy-free. If this is something that interests you, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. To kick things off, you're going to be needing a pound of hamburger. I'm also going to be adding my spices. To this recipe, I'm adding garlic powder, onion flakes, salt, pepper, and paprika. For your recipe, or when you make this, you can add whatever your favorite spices are that you like to add to your meatloaf. I will be sure to write out this recipe and include it in the description box down below so that you can make this recipe for your family. Once I've added all of my spices, and then I just add from the heart. I don't necessarily have specific measurements, but the next ingredient we're going to be adding is 1 cup of some cooked lentils. Now, I just add these lentils as is, but if you would want to make sure that they're not seen in the recipe, you can definitely blend them up and then just add them as a puree. Then I add 1 large egg and some of my homemade gluten-free breadcrumbs. I'm also adding a couple of tablespoons of some Dijon mustard, and then I'm going to be combining this all together. Now would be a good time to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to be baking this meatloaf for 1 hour or until the internal temperature is 160 degrees. Once I've combined the lentils, the spices, the Dijon mustard, breadcrumbs, and egg, and everything, I've combined it really well, then I'm going to be putting it into my loaf pan. If you can see up on the top left above the ketchup, there is my loaf pan lined with some parchment paper. You just take out a square of parchment paper and then you cut out the corners so that it gives it flaps for over the side and over the end of your loaf pan. This is absolutely ingenious. You can get these pre-cut at your local Dollarama, but it's super simple to do if you just have some parchment paper at home. So as you can see here, I'm going to be placing my meatloaf into my loaf pan. We're going to be pressing it so that it is evenly dispersed amongst the loaf pan so that it will bake nice and evenly. And then I'm going to be topping it with my favorite ketchup as it bakes in the oven. This really gives it a lot more flavor, and it also prevents your meatloaf from being really kind of crusty and dry on the top. So if you happen to have a barbecue sauce or a brown sauce or something else that you would prefer putting on the top of your meatloaf, by all means, put whatever your favorite sauce is on the top of your meatloaf. And this recipe is so good, and you don't even taste the lentils. So if you're worried about having little ones or young ones in the family that may not like the look of the cooked lentils, then by all means do as I say and suggested earlier and puree them so that it's just blended seamlessly into your meatloaf. So once we've added our ketchup, we're going to be placing it into the oven. If you happen to enjoy my content, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload new videos. So now we're going to be placing this in the oven, previously preheated to 350 degrees, baking for 1 hour or until the internal temperature is 160 degrees. I place this in the middle rack, and voila! With the magic of editing, here is our beautiful meatloaf. I want to thank you all for coming along with me today. As I share this high protein recipe, I will be sure to add some high protein recipes at the end that you can watch after you watch this one until my next upload. Thanks for hanging out today, friends. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.